Happy now, all is now. It's a gift to be in the present. The fresh say sunning back in here, putting out my perspective into the cloud of the collective to expand the collective consciousness. You're now tuning into the mind of an Algin moon / Aries moon, and it is actually Leo hours as I make this video. And this is going to be for March 27th, tomorrow, when the moon goes into Scorpio, okay, for at 5 a.m. ish, okay? So 5 a.m. tomorrow, the moon goes into Scorpio, and this is going to be the alignments you should look out for. Okay, I was reading the text. All right, so the moon goes into Scorpio tomorrow at 5 a.m., meaning that, you know, we're just gonna be coming from this full moon energy, okay? So this full moon energy was in Libra, meaning that wherever house you got Libra at, you would be, you would be having this, actual fulfillment or unfulfillment, or let's say having, for me, it played out as, I got Libra in my third house, and my third house is third house in Libra type shit. So it's like I actually met up with somebody that I'm related to that I actually never really knew type shit, and it's actually a really chill and cool person, sort of in my frequency vibration type shit, So sort of like that. Libra, dealing with relationships. Venus, okay, on one-on-one, on for romantic, friendly, romantic or platonic, So yeah, that's how shit like that play out. So now we're talking about moon being in Scorpio. It's it's going to be, dealing with deep desires, anything that has to do with secrets or, occult, So things like this, anything behind the scenes or deep transformations, okay? This is what emotionally we would be catering to. Okay, hold on. All right. So with moon being in Scorpio, the moon being in Scorpio, and as I have to mention with this, is going to be trining Mars in Pisces. Mars is freshly in Pisces, okay? So with moon trining Mars, okay, in Pisces, Mars in Pisces, this is the gifts, okay? So we have a stellium in Pisces as well as a stellium in Aries, okay? So moon trining is going to be actually in conjuncting the sun. The moon is going to in conjunct the sun, okay? So it's like misunderstanding 150-degree angle, okay, to how we can react and respond towards our actions. Okay, so with this is I also broke down a video on how this energy will play out, with the Martian wisdom. Okay, it's called Martian wisdom. So with this is the moon being in Scorpio and the sun being in Aries. This is both of the Mars sign, okay? So both of the signs that Mars is ruling, okay? So with this is, misunderstanding, reacting, whether we should, go head first, use force, or be more strategic, secretive, and, sort of plan out our action at this time during Aries season. Okay? And the moon is also in conjuncting Mercury. So, with this is a misunderstanding, whether to react and respond with our communication, whether to say something or keep it within and hold it within. you know you know with having a stellium in Aries, it makes things feisty and spicy and fiery, so it could be hot. You could have situations where your mouth could get you in trouble. So with the moon being a Scorpio, it gives you this little emotional leeway to be like, hey, sort of internalize before you sort of say something. So this is the misunderstanding that could play out positive or negative depending on the spirit. Okay, so moon in conjuncting North Node in Aries, this is misunderstanding how to react and respond toward your spiritual path. Okay, misunderstanding what to react and respond towards your spiritual path. Okay, so it's like spiritual path being in Aries, collectively, with the Trent collective North Node being in Aries, it makes us want to emotionally react head first and take action towards our spiritual path. Okay, so with moon being in Scorpio, at this time, we're sort of emotionally feeling like gaining this deep emotions and sort of strategizing and how we can sort of take this utilize this power, gaining sort of taking power and control over our spiritual path, and sort of gaining the powers and sort of knowledge and wisdom and higher learning that we've gained on our spiritual path that we can sort of use to our advantage, with the moon being in Scorpio. So how can we react or respond towards our spiritual path? Okay, spiritual path being in Aries. Okay, so when we take go head first. Okay, and when we take action and our spiritual path is sort of filter out towards us being ourself as an individual and sort of being a leader as well. Okay, so with this, yeah, emotionally we're seeing like how we can plan this shit out, or how we can sort of go ahead first, what to do. We're stuck in limbo at this time, so and it's misunderstanding, the 150-degree angle, so with moon is also misunderstanding 150-degree angle to Chiron. Okay, 150-degree angle, moon aligns Chiron with a 150-degree angle. Okay, so 150-degree angle for misunderstanding. Emotionally, we're misunderstanding what to heal. Okay, regarding our related to our spiritual path as well, because it's conjuncting. They're sort of in the same space, so misunderstanding what to heal when we take action, what to heal regarding, being a leader, so, or, yeah, hold on. Or making mistakes. Okay, so yeah, so misunderstandings or making mistakes, okay, that regarding that deals with being a leader. All right, so emotionally you'll be sort of gaining minor frustrations when you sort of be a leader at this time, when it comes to sort of something that has to do with the hidden that has to do with the hidden taboo things, or things that's behind the scenes, okay? Because the sun is in Aries, and we have a and the Chiron's in Aries, Mercury and North Node in Aries, so it's like these things are out in the light, that they're in the I am, section of the sky, the I am, so, and the moon is in the I desire type shit, so like desires is sort of, things that are related to the individual, and you can see how it works together at the same time with the I am and the I desire, but it's like playing out here. It makes it, sort of like manipulative. You sort of have to manipulate to acquire a desire, so it's like, yeah, desires aren't necessarily, you don't necessarily need a desire to be, so that's the misunderstanding, it's like looking for a desire, it's like, how can you, this is something that has crossed my mind a couple times. It's like, how can you just be without wanting, how can you be without wanting for anything or desiring anything? The reason why I'm here is because I desired to be here in the first place, So if I didn't desire anything of this earthly realm, I wouldn't be here, So yeah, that's how that plays out. That's the minor frustrations / learning process / misunderstanding. Okay? So with moon, now moving on to the trining signs, the trining alignment aspects. Okay, so with moon trining Mars and Pisces. Okay, so with Mars and Pisces, this is the gifts, the 120-degree angle to react and respond towards our passions and what we desire and what our motivations, our intent, our willpower, and yeah, our passions, if I didn't mention that. Okay, so the gifts to react and respond to the soul. This is a time where you could really use this Piscean energy that deals with Jupiter / Neptune, so where you can sort of utilize your creativity in your passion, whatever you're passionately into, you can sort of utilize this creativity. Also with Neptune being in Pisces, you know, it backs this, gives this trine a little bit more power, you know, to sort of, you know, gain something or manifest something that manifest a desire, you know, that related to your creativity, you know, or your subconscious or your dream realm, you know, through your passions. This is what it's playing out with. That's how it's playing out with Mars and Neptune, you know. So with Neptune, it's the trine 120-degree angle to react and respond towards your creativity and your dreams, you know, or your delusions or illusions. Okay? So Moon is also trining, Moon is going to trine Venus, okay, in Pisces. So this is the gifts, 120-degree angle, the water gift, the water gift to react and respond towards your relationships, what your love passion, your love language, your love matters, okay? So the time to really, you know, sort of go deep as to what you love, you know, and your love language again. So it's like, and your relationships and how you feel about love. So it's the gifts to react and respond towards love. Okay, so yeah, you might feel really let's say one end not open to love, but at the same time open to love, because you know, with the moon being a Scorpio, it makes it more, you know, sort of like icy, you know, sort of like cold, and like yeah, like the ice being in the water but being detached from the water type shit, you know, but knowing is of the water, you know, it is water, just of a different, you know, let's say mold, or the different solid, just solid liquid. It's just a different freaking form, you know. I don't know what they call that, but you know, solid, liquid, gas type shit. But it's a form, different form. With, you know, so it's like with that makes it emotions. Your emotions, like, yeah, you got emotions, but it's like with the Venus, it makes it more like that's the water. The Venus being the water in Pisces, you know, the ocean type shit, and then the moon being just sort of like detached from the emotions, you know. So it's like, but it got emotions, you know. It's just sort of like, you gotta sort of like, you know, sort of get to the root as to like, ever met Scorpio, you gotta know that you they're sort of like, you gotta sort of communicate with them, but like for a long time or a good amount of time before they can sort of open up, you know. Before a Scorpio opens up, they gotta trust you, you know, before they can open up, because just being Scorpio, they know the energy of manipulation and how they can get over on someone, or how someone can get over on them, you know. So that's how the Scorpio energy play out. So that's how the emotions is going through. That's what our emotions is going through at this time. Okay. So yeah, and moon is also trining the moon is trining Saturn in Pisces. Okay, so this is the gifts to react and respond towards reality, okay? So when Mars going into Pisces, this makes our dreams, okay? With Saturn, is going to conjunct Saturn eventually, but with it going in Pisces, you know, this sort of may add some movement to our dreams type shit, you know, and what we sort of planted, the seeds we sort of planted as ever since Saturn been in Pisces type shit, you know, with Mars being there, it sort of like kicks it off, you know. So yeah, and we also have Moon squaring Pluto, okay, and Aquarius. Okay, so this is the squaring, 90-degree angle, the square. React and respond towards how we can take power and control over our networking and our associations, okay? So yeah, that's how that's gonna play out. The first day signing out. Catch you next now.